Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm so excited right now. It is my first video. I am going to do an intro on who I am and why I'm doing this, but yeah, this is just like a first kind of real video, and I was like, what am I gonna do it on? Because I have so many ideas usually, but today I was like, you know what, let me just start with something simple. Something that I can't like just, for you guys to just see how I talk, who I am, and just to get familiar with me. And I decided to do the review for the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. It is so messy right now because I've been using it so much. Let's get started. Enough of me mumbling, even though I'm just like, I want to say so many things. But yeah, I'm just gonna try to keep it real with you guys. I just want to share my thoughts on this palette, and I'm gonna start with saying that it is a beautiful packaging. I think this palette is absolutely amazing. I haven't bought a palette in a long time, and when I went to Sephora, I saw this palette, and it's like the world just stopped. Like I was like, pum 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 pum. I gotta get it. And then I said, you know what? I'm not gonna spend like $59 on shadows. And I went home, and I couldn't stop like thinking about it. I was like, this palette is so gorgeous, and I'm like down to spend $59 on like McDonald's any single freaking day, but I'm not gonna spend it on like something I really want. So I went and I splurged. I ordered it online, and I was so happy when it came in. Guys, I'm so happy to, to start this journey with you guys. And if you can subscribe, that would be amazing because, if you subscribe in January 2018, you're kind of like the first person to see me on camera and to be my supporter and to also be on this journey with me. See if you guys also have a YouTube channel, so you can like leave a comment down below. And if you guys subscribe, that will mean the world. If you guys put a thumbs up, that'll mean the world. And if you guys put thumbs down, hey, it's a learning curve, and I appreciate any sort of negative feedback, constructive criticism, because it really helps me grow, and it is like something that I really need. So if you guys see me putting on makeup and show you guys something, and you guys kind of like the video, but there's certain things that you're like, hey girl, slow down, this is what you're doing really wrong, then I would like to hear about it, because I'd rather you tell me than me just repeating the same mistake over and over again. And yeah, I'm gonna stop like talking because this is almost like my intro, and I would like to get to the palette. Even though I'm gonna try to keep this short and keep the video like around 10 minutes. So this is the Too Faced palette. I mean, look at this packaging. It is so beautiful. I kind of made it already dirty. I'm gonna just like wipe it on my sweatpants because that's what I usually do, and I'm not gonna be fake with you guys here. Like, I don't wipe shit on my on my clothes because I do that all the time. I have so much laundry. I can never wear the same thing twice. Not because I'm like super clean person. I just can't because it's so dirty at the end of the day. Like, there's never a day in my entire life where I wore a white shirt and was able to rewear it the next day. And then we're looking at this palette, so it is beautiful. Like, look at this. This is just like liquid gold. I'm gonna tell you guys that there are some things that I'm obsessed about this palette, but there are also things that I was kind of like just like, oh, put back by. And one of those things are these matte eyeshadows right here. It is the Cocoa Truffle and the Decadent. I'm kind of like disappointed in the shadows because I just really wanted to like them. So I'm gonna do a swatch of the Cocoa Truffle. Sorry. Do like right here. I mean, it is not a bad shadow. Do you see it? It's kind of like, sorry. It is an okay shadow. But the only thing about this shadow is that it is not very blendable. So we see a lot of pigment, but not a lot of, well, not even a lot of pigment. I would just say like a little bit more than average pigmented eyeshadow. But then it has a lot of kickback, so kind of powdery. You lose a lot of product, and it also is a very, I would say, like it doesn't blend well at all. And then same thing with the black. I mean, you really have to know what you're doing before you look like someone just beat you up. Like, I was having a hard time, and I usually don't have a hard time putting on shadows. So it was kind of like that for me. So it is these two shadows. It is the Cocoa Truffle and the Decadent. And then, I'm sorry guys, the mirror is very dirty. But, well, like, no one's gonna die because the mirror is dirty. Now, I really love that they put these big kind of shadow here. I mean, I love that they did it, but I also don't, because I feel like the Rolling in Dough, it's great that it's there because it's probably one of the colors that you're most likely to run out, because it's kind of like the base color you would put on all your eyelid. But I also think that a lot of people have that color already in other palettes. It's kind of like that basic color that comes in all the palettes. So I mean, if you only like want to own one palette like this, it'll probably do just fine. You can create so many looks with this, but it's missing kind of like, I mean, it's not really missing anything, right? Because, you know, you can't expect all the colors in a one palette, right? And this has a very nice like range of shades, and the shades they chose are really beautiful, but they are very like, whoa, eccentric and yeah, amazing. So one shade that I really thought that like everyone thought I would love is this pink shade. It's called New Money, and it is a beautiful shade to look at, but I'm not really like living for it. Like, well, I would live for it, but not die for it. You know what I mean? It's an okay shade. I'll swatch it for you guys. Now it is kind of, oh, sorry, it was already swatched there. Like, it's okay. I'm not like thing. It's a nice pink, but I also like, it's not, like, it's an okay shadow. I just don't really care much for the color and the consistency and anything like that. Now, let's talk about let's talk about those colors because I'm so excited. Now, guys, just look at this, okay? Look at this freaking rich girl, okay? It really is, like, amazing. Like, I'll try it here. It literally is like a liquid metal. These shadows are so pigmented, and it really is amazing. Now, I gotta admit that I always put these shadows on my eyelids. When I put them on my eyelids, I do it with my fingers. I just like it that way. I don't care what people say. I don't care if you know, you should do it with a brush or with whatever. I'm just like a very hands-on person. Now, of course, if I want to do like a crease or anything like that, I will just use a blending brush. But when it comes to like tapping on like shimmer, I love to use my hands. Now, my favorite shade, of course, is the Rich Girl, but it's also this, like, this Money. I've been looking for a nice green shadow for a really long time, and I think this is kind of like what I've been looking for, even though I want a matte one. But this is like the shimmer of the matte one that I really want. Like this forestry green. It's just like, this is why I bought this palette, honestly. Like when I saw this green and the like this whole hue of just array of colors, I just love it. So I'm gonna do some more swatches for you guys. Here's the kind of like the staple, the chocolate gold, and it is like this. Yeah, so where were we? Yes, we were talking about all these shades, and we can do classy and sassy. Well, you know what? I am going to... Here, we can do this shade right here. No, this is the Money Bags. Ooh. Yeah, the shadows are really pigmented. It's really amazing. We can do Love and Cocoa. Yeah, really great shadows. Now, guys, look at this. Sorry, that was just a thing from the gold. Now, all of these shadows, you guys will, now I'll just show you guys this classy and sassy shade. I don't have a lot of room on my arm anymore because I've been swatching, girl. So it is what it is. But I'm gonna show you guys this one more, this gold dip. I'm not really living for this color, the gold dip. I don't think it looks like it's gold dip. It's interesting. It is really interesting. I think it's like an olive gold, which is beautiful, but I don't think it's like gold. Like that's gold. The gold, chocolate gold. That's gold. Yeah, that's really gold. Now let me show you guys where could I do a swatch. I'll do one right here. Oh, this is a bad swatch. But you guys get it. It's like this kind of olive color. But the shadows, I'm gonna try out Famous. This is a lot of kickback. The Famous has a lot of freaking kickback. Now, this is what I'm talking about, guys. All of them have this like just beautiful shimmer to it, and just like it's really pigmented, really pigmented. I'm not lying. It's really good. So the shadows are amazing. I think they're definitely worth the money that I paid for them. I would do it again. I am so happy with this palette. It is absolutely gorgeous. Of course, everything has its pros and cons. This is not like, you know, if it was like 10, if it was like out of 100, I would give it like a 95, you know? So it's a really amazing palette. I wouldn't give it like, well, I think that's too much. Maybe a 90, just because I don't like the Famous is giving too much kickback. Also the Cocoa and Truffle, Decadent and So Bougie. There's all these matte colors I'm talking about right here. And also they're really like not blendable that much, for at least for me. But when it comes to all the other shimmers and like all the other metallic colors, whoa, this palette is by far one of the best I've seen. Like it is on. This is like really shiny and sparkly and everything, and I just love it. And I love